It's showtime, freaks! Ah!
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
In a world where wokeness seems to control every narrative, a world where the average Joe is expected to apologize for just being a guy, comes a show where testosterone reigns supreme, where manliness knows no bounds. Prepare yourselves for a podcast unlike any other. TJ Michaels and John Stacy invite you on a roller coaster ride of machismo on the Alpha Men Podcast. Meet TJ Michaels, whose ideas are as wild as his bushy goatee, and John Stacy, whose confidence is as big as his biceps. They love and respect the women in their lives, but here they're on a quest to celebrate the essence of manhood. The Alpha Men tackle the big questions like, is it acceptable to cry during an action movie? Can a man survive on jerky alone for a week? And if a man builds a DIY project and doesn't post about it on social media, did it really happen? These dudes leave no stone unturned. Get ready for a podcast that's part comedy, part camaraderie, and all things manly. The ladies have their view, but these guys have their brew. The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook.
For incredible card breaks and more, go to OHANA Sports Cards on Facebook. By Garage Door Commander, online at GarageDoorCommander.com. Produced by TJ Michaels Creative, narrated by Jamie Dennis, and dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2024, all rights reserved. The Alpha Men Podcast is rated M for maximum manliness. Here are your hosts, live from the granite capital of the world, Barrie, Vermont, TJ Michaels. And he, from the heart of NASCAR country, Trinity, North Carolina, John Stacy. This is the Alpha Men Podcast.
And welcome in, you sick, twisted freaks. It is the Alpha Men Podcast, Season 4, Episode 5. How are you, buddy?
Doing well, you?
I'm doing okay. My name is TJ Michaels from the granite capital of the world, Barrie, Vermont, from Trinity, North Carolina. My partner in crime, as always, is here tonight, John Stacy, or as we call him, Baby Huey. And, man, it's spring break time. My feed on social media is filling up with, like, college co-eds doing spring break stuff. And, spring break, we're a bit older, right? I don't know if you remember spring break.
I do.
Today it's when the, kids kill their few remaining brain cells that survive TikTok. They go to Fort Lauderdale and, have it out. But, they call it spring break. Their genitals call it STD supernova. That's, kind of what happens, but it's
I would attend.
Yeah, it looks like a good time, even at 50. It does.
It does.
But you know what? It doesn't like it's not as much as a holiday as a stress test for penicillin. I think. I mean, some of these photos, and and it is the only time of year that the Florida folks want to deport the white people. That's kind of what's going on. We're going to get started tonight. We got a great show for you. We want to thank our presenting sponsor, Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook, for incredible card breaks, sports memorabilia. It's Ohana, OHANA, Ohana Sports Cards on on Facebook. Ohana means family, and that's how they treat you over there. So make sure you check it out. We've got Man Court tonight. Chick Flicks Are Dumb is back for the first time in a very, very long time.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I didn't miss this aspect of the show because watching these movies sucked.
Tonight, we review First Daughter, the 2004 romantic comedy. Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever seen it. It's the last time I'll ever see it.
Wherever you may be watching tonight, Facebook Live, Rumble, YouTube, Twitch. If you're listening on iHeart or Spotify, we're everywhere. Hit that like button. Share the podcast. We're building a community here, and we want you to be a part of it. This, my friends, is season 4? Come on,
4.
seriously? No way. Season 4, episode 5 of the Alpha Men podcast.
And now, Mansplaining the News.
And good evening. Here's what happened this week. We celebrated the first day of spring this past week, which means Target is already putting up their Halloween displays.
Same as Walmart.
The ceasefire between Israel and Gaza ended this week. That's surprising, said people who were actually born yesterday. Most people didn't think it was going to make it anyway.
No.
President Trump this week revoked Hunter Biden's Secret Service detail. Biden, disappointed, said they were a crack team.
Harsh.
A little, yeah. He also ended security clearances for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Hillary Clinton. In a Mansplaining the News exclusive tonight, we see here the exact time and moment the president made the decision to do so.
Yeah. At Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Half of Americans say people have gotten ruder since the pandemic.
True.
There are ruder people now since the pandemic. The other half told the person taking the survey to take a flying lead.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, proves it.
Harvard said this week they will not charge tuition to families making less than $200,000 a year. Likewise, Arizona State says their tuition will remain whatever the co-eds can make stripping.
I'm going to Arizona State.
There you go. This past Thursday, Alien Abduction Day. I don't know if you know that.
No.
That was the official day, Alien Abduction Day, to which President Trump celebrated by abducting aliens.
Okay.
7-Eleven got a new CEO this week. He says he promises to change things about 7-Eleven that have been around for decades. Maybe you should start with the hot dog water. Just saying.
That's like the very best drink there.
No. Just the water that the hot dogs are stored in.
Yeah, that's the drink. After.
I know. I get it. Well, anyway, Senator Chuck Schumer says Democrats have real direction now. And we have a visual representation of that new Democratic vision. Straight down. Yeah. Bernie Sanders says these are the scariest times of his life. He's been out fighting oligarchy, doing rallies all over the country. Scariest times of his life. You got to remember, Bernie Sanders was chased by pterodactyls.
How old is Bernie, anyways?
He is, I think he's 80.
I
think he's 86.
He's been around since I was born there, I think.
Long time. Canadians boycotting U.S. products. That in the news this week. We can't do the same because without Cirque du Soleil, where do you take grandma when you're in Vegas?
Oh. Mike's.
Yeah. UPS worker in the news this week. I don't know if you saw it. He stole $1.6 million from the mail.
No.
Yeah. People were suspicious when they saw a postal employee who actually really liked his job.
How did he steal the money? What did he get? Like gift cards or what did he do?
He was taking it out of the mail. Yeah.
Damn.
$1.6 million.
What kind of route does he have?
Recent survey, it ain't in Harlem, I can tell you that. Recent survey, 94% of Germans say they will not buy a Tesla. But remember, this is the country that loves singing David Hasselhoff. So
true.
Thinking outside the box, according to a new survey, rated by hiring managers as one of the worst terms to use on a resume. Thinking outside the box. except, of course, if you're applying for a job as a gynecologist.
Oh, shit. I did not see that coming.
In showbiz news, Meghan Markle has a new podcast. They say she devotes the podcast to all the interesting things about her life. Each episode is about 4 seconds long.
Still good looking.
Yeah. Writer-director Carl Rinch arrested this week for stealing millions of dollars from Netflix after he was asked to make a show for them. On the plus side, now Netflix has an idea for the next true crime documentary.
Okay.
Jason Morgan's vomiting episode at the New York Knicks game this week found to be caused by food poisoning, and not as many believed the Knicks' performance this season.
I don't watch basketball.
He threw up in the game.
Oh, gotcha.
Courtside. It was pretty embarrassing. Of all the places,
The
you do not
courtside.
ever want to get sick. Courtside at the Knicks game, probably pretty high up there.
Probably up there with the Lakers and
Yeah.
getting sick in the Oval Office. Places
Right.
that are very well, yeah.
Yeah. Former MTV VJ, Matt Pinfield, came out of a 2-month coma this week. MTV, however, still on life support.
Yeah. Facts.
By the way, MTV canceled the movie awards for a second straight year this week. The MTV Movie Awards. The fact that you didn't know that it was canceled last year, probably a good reason why. Just saying. Speaking of award shows, Conan O'Brien will host the Oscars again next year. You know, it's the only job he's had that can't be stolen by Jay Leno. Just,
Fair.
Beyonce struggling to sell tickets. The other two members of Destiny's Child struggling to sell ice cream from the push cart. Yeah. Not too happy with that joke. Probably should have left that one out. Will Smith recording a new album. It's the first thing he's dropped in 2 decades. Other than Chris Rock.
He didn't drop Chris Rock.
Got a hand on him.
Yeah. He didn't drop him.
Finally, Giselle spotted in public this week with her newborn son. The kid's name hasn't been revealed yet, but Giselle mostly probably calls him by his nickname, Revenge.
Oh, I know she had a kid.
Yeah. To her Taekwondo instructor, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That is Mansplaining the News this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Beer's on tap, and sometimes we drink stuff we're not proud of.
All righty, we're going to go to the Evil Knievel beer fridge here. And what do we got this week? Ooh, it's a blue can. It is Smurf water. No, it is Harpoon IPA. Hoppy, balanced, crisp, 6% per volume. New England original IPA. And, of course, brewed in Boston, Massachusetts and Windsor, Vermont.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Got some local there.
Yeah.
And I got some local here.
Now, what is that?
People's Porter.
And who
It is
makes
from-
that? Peoples?
People's Porter. The Foothills Brewing.
Do you know the Peoples that make Peoples Porter?
No, they're the Four Hills Brewing. That's what's called.
Do they have a purpose or a porpoise?
Porpoise.
Okay.
This is a 5.8. It's a porter. I didn't realize it was gonna be a porter. Damn you.
It looks darn
Quiet.
dark.
Oh, it looks real dark.
It looks Guinness dark.
Cloud's Game and Corner got me. This pop. Oh man, this cap is tight. My ring might not pop this one off. Ooh. Uh-oh. Might not be drinking this one.
Don't be a wuss.
Ugh, holy crap.
Speaking of not being a wuss, I had my final physical therapy
Got it.
session
Plus.
today. And that woman wrecked me. Like when you have to spend 2.5, 3 months with your leg in the air, elevated all the time, like the muscles down below your butt and in your thighs and stuff, they like atrophy.
So it's the first time getting muscles, you're saying?
Oh, dude, she
'Cause
wrecked me today.
You don't have muscles.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Appreciate
Sorry.
it.
You want some muscles right there.
Harpoon IPA. I like this. It's it's a little hoppy. It's just the right amount of hoppy. It's not one of those IPAs or double IPAs where you feel like you've stuck the hop right in your mouth, and it doesn't have a real horrible aftertaste. It's pretty smooth.
This is actually pretty damn good for a porter.
Hoppy, balanced, and crisp. 6% per volume. Scale of 1 to 5. Harpoon IPA, I'm going to give a 4. It's not bad.
This has got like a toffee chocolate taste to it. I actually like it.
Is it heavy?
No, it's like a light beer that's dark. I don't know how to explain it. It's not a bad porter. I actually like it. I'm going to give this puppy I'm going to give it a 4 as well. This is actually pretty good for a porter. I've never been a dark beer type of guy, but
there you have it. Beers on tap tonight. Harpoon IPA gets a 4, and People's Porter gets a 4 as well. You'll find them wherever you buy your beverages, and that's Beers on Tap on the Alpha Men podcast. See, last week we started something new with the Beers on Tap segment. We were going to do a toast.
Sure.
And I forgot.
What? And we're back to beers.
Oh, okay, cool. This week we are toasting Rosie O'Donnell.
What?
Yeah, we are toasting Rosie O'Donnell. Thank you for leaving. Here's to you,
Cheers.
Rosie. Enjoy Ireland, lady. Enjoy it.
Was not expecting that for a toast.
Well, but here's the thing. They all say, well, we're going to leave. We're going to move. And none of them ever do. I got to give it to Rosie. She did. Yeah. She left.
Fair.
Enjoy Ireland.
Cheers. All right, now back to Darwin.
All right.
Oh, look, we're in Darwin already.
Oh, there we go.
I totally forgot. Oh, okay. They're both videos, no memes.
Okay.
First one's, this is a perfect example of road rage or a bad relationship. I'm not really sure what's going on in case of the ex. But a lot happens in about 15 seconds.
All righty. Darwin Award winner here. Is that a Camaro? Ooh!
Oh my God!
She fucking just, he or she, whoever.
That's not a guy. That is definitely a woman.
No, that's a guy on the ground.
No, the guy on the ground is the guy on the ground, but the person driving the other car, that is not a guy.
Call somebody, an ambulance, something.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I mean, they had no.
That is a very, very jaded woman. I'm telling you right now, there's no way that's a guy. Oh! I can't.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, it's a perfect hour. Don't put yourself between the car and your door. Get in the vehicle. Don't stand halfway out of it. So and then Peak actually found this one. And I haven't seen this happen yet on the plane. I have felt what happens, but I've never seen this part of what happens on the plane.
Popping champagne. Stop! No way.
That pressure. So that bang,
yeah,
was the pressure coming out of that thing, of the champagne bottle. That was not turbulence, a drop, or nothing. If you watch.
I'm surprised the cork didn't shoot right through the fuselage. Holy crap!
It's not like a shot going off in the airplane, because I watched somebody open up. It happened behind me. Somebody opened up it's a glass bottle, but it's sparkling water with a cork on it. Did the same thing, but didn't spew everywhere. It just
wow.
So
no,
yeah.
Well, hey, listen. Now you know, right? Who knew?
Yeah, it's loud as hell in there.
Well, you know what G.I. Joe says? No one is half the battle.
She didn't know.
That's
One more time.
Holy crap!
Is that loud?
Like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty impressive. So
wow.
So that's it for the Darwins.
There's your Darwins tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
We watched so you don't have to. You're welcome. This is Chick Flicks Are Dumb on the Alpha Men podcast.
We haven't done this one in a while.
No, we have not. I didn't miss it.
Another episode of Chick Flicks Are Dumb, the segment where a couple of beer-drinking, action-loving dudes slog through a mushy world of romantic comedies so you don't have to. All right? Bored, frustrated guy, armed with a cold one, ready to tear into today's cinematic victim. The 2004 rom-com First Daughter. Grab a brew, sit back, and let's see if this flick is worth the buzz or if it's another buzz kill. Roll the trailer.
It's going to take me a second, because they changed how to do this on here. There was no sound.
This is going well.
You look exactly like I thought you would.
There we go.
Start over.
She's famous.
I'm taller in person, fatter, thinner, fill in the blank. I get that.
He's not. Actually, you look exactly like I thought you would.
There's nothing a man wants more than something he can't have.
From the director of Hope Wants and Waiting to Exhale.
The president's daughter, Sam. I don't have anything to offer you.
When it comes to love,
Give the guy a little leeway.
anything is possible.
Not bad.
Katie Holmes.
You never have to worry about that way.
I'm going to need more of these.
Rated PG. Friday, only in...
Yep. It was.
First Daughter. Here's the deal with First Daughter. Katie Holmes plays Samantha McKenzie, the president's daughter, who is just dying to ditch the White House and live a normal college life, right? You think to yourself, okay, it's a romantic comedy, but it's the president's daughter, college, Secret Service. Could be some Iranians, could be some car chases, could be all kinds of things, right? They could try to kidnap her, they could hold her for ransom. It could go anywhere. Only it doesn't go anywhere.
Nope.
All right? She's got Secret Service agents shadowing her every move because nothing screams normal like a posse of dudes in suits watching you do keg stands, right? In college. So enter James, who is the cute dorm RA. That was in the movie description, by the way. I'm not saying he's cute. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sure.
Spoiler alert. He turns out to be an undercover Secret Service agent assigned to protect her. Cue the predictable romance. Some light family drama and a crap ton of cliches. It's like someone took the rom-com playbook and ripped out the fun parts and called it a movie. Look, if you've seen One Sappy Love Story, you've basically seen this one. Overprotective dad, check. Bland love interest, check. Twists you can spot from a mile away, double check. I'm surprised you stayed awake during this one. Because it's a snooze fest.
It was. So did you. I thought the same thing.
There is no action. None. Zero. Zilch. Nothing blows up. No car chases. Nothing. Not anything. Okay? I'm sitting there with my beer waiting for something, anything to happen. Fist fight, car chase, maybe a rogue assassin targeting the first family. Never happens. Most thrilling moment, a golf cart chase. A freaking golf cart. It's not a chase. That's Grandpa heading to the 19th hole after too many Bud Lights. I've seen more, excitement watching my buddy try to parallel park his F-150 after a tailgate party. This movie's idea of high stakes is whether Samantha's going to make it to the dance on time. Spoiler, she does. Beyond. Oh, and then there's the romance. It's Katie Holmes and what's his name? Mark Blucas? I don't know how you say his name, but
yeah, I don't remember any of it.
All right. They have the chemistry of two wet paper towels. Watching them flirt is like watching a robot read a Hallmark card. Okay. Oh, James, you're so dreamy, even though I barely know you. Oh, Samantha, I'll protect you from frat boys, I guess. It's awful. And the plot twist, he's secretly her bodyguard. It's so obvious you call it before the opening credits are rolled. It's less twist and more of a straight line to Colesville. And the pacing, this movie drags like a Monday morning hangover. Right? It's 105 minutes of talking, feelings, and more talking. I kept checking my watch, hoping for a helicopter crash or something to wake me up. And there's a helicopter scene. I'll give him that. But it's just there to look more dramatic, not to blow anything up. So look, I'm not saying an all-female led movie suck. Some of them are awesome. Mad Max Fury Road, great movie. Got Charlize Theron kicking ass. Car chases that make your heart race. Fiery crashes, explosions that make Michael Bay jealous. That's a movie I'd watch with the boys any day. And it's got a badass woman at the wheel. Why can't more chick flicks just give a little bit more of that? All right? Give me a little horsepower. Give me some pyrotechnics. Something to cheer for. Instead, First Daughter, well, it serves up slow dances and golf carts. It's like ordering a burger and getting a kale salad. Food, but you're still really damn hungry. So we rate this thing on the adult beverage movie rating scale. And here's how it works. Best movie, I think Die Hard, Dark Knight, a glorious 30-pack of PBR. Yep, ice cold, ready to fuel a weekend bender. The worst, a single warm Zima, skunked, sad, rolling around in your buddy's truck bed since 1992. You don't want that fate. So where does First Daughter land? It's not the absolute bottom of the barrel. Hello, Jilly. I mean, it's not glitter. It's not some yuppie dog comedy where the Chihuahua wears a tutu. And Katie Holmes is easy on the eyes. Her acting sucks, but she is easy on the eyes. And that helicopter moment at least tries to be cool. But overall, it's a snooze. No action, no edge, just a pile of big mushy feelings and a predictable plot point. I'm giving it a 6-pack of cheap, light beer. Something like Natty Light or whatever's on sale at the gas station. All right? Not undrinkable. Nothing you brag about cracking open with the crew. And if you're into sampy romances, maybe you'll dig it. Me, I'd rather chug that Zima than sit through it again. That's Chick Flicks Are Dumb tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards.
We present the case. You deliver the verdict. This is Man Court. All rise. The sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels presiding.
Doing these costume changes, I feel like Reba. Man Court, back in session. I am the sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels. Baby Huey with us to keep the order. If you've got a problem that needs solving or you just want to watch the shenanigans unfold, you can visit any of our social media pages and drop your Man Court dilemma in a DM. And you can also tonight join our freak jury by just commenting wherever you may be watching tonight and give our plaintiff your advice. Just hit the comment tab and let's dive into tonight's case. Docket number 250325. Our plaintiff is Derek from Newport, Rhode Island. It is the case of the scrub for the rub. Oh, boy. He writes, John and TJ, this is Derek. Been watching the Alpha Men for about a year now, and when I can't catch the show, I do listen on Spotify in my car on the way to work. I'm writing you because I need the freak jury, and I need the judge, and I need Man Court. I got a question for you, and it's been bugging me for a while now. My girlfriend and I moved in together 3 months ago. It's been going great except for one thing. She's suddenly been obsessed with cleanliness when it comes to sex. Before we moved in, she never seemed to care about the state of my apartment. But now, no nookie if the kitchen is dirty.
So it's transactional.
She won't get naked on the floor if there are clothes on the floor. Okay. And now if I make the bed and tidy up before she comes home from work, she's all about the nookie. She's like Fred Durst. So what gives? Is she using sex as a bargaining chip to get me to clean up more often? Not that I mind you, but I just want to understand what's going on. Can you shed some light on this? I'll be tuning in this week to eagerly see your response. Thanks, Derek in Newport, Rhode Island.
Sounds transactional.
All right. Freak jury, Derek's presented his case. You can help us reach a verdict tonight on Man Court. Just comment, and it will come up on the screen. Let's break this down, okay? So, Derek, you and your girlfriend took a big leak 3 months ago. You moved in together. Mostly it's been smooth sailing. But there's a hitch. Your lady's got a new rule book when it comes to getting frisky. As a guy that has been married almost 25 years, and how long you been married?
10.
They change the rules all the time, my friend.
Facts. Fucking facts.
They change the rules all the time. Okay. But you're scratching your head. And you're like, hey, why do I always have to have a Swiffer mop in my hand? So here's what's going on. And by the way, if you have advice for Derek, just comment wherever you may be watching, and we will pass it along. Listen, moving in together at the beginning is like a co-ed boot camp. Okay, new rules, new turf, whole lot of adjustments. Before, your apartment was a man cave, and she was just the guest star, right? Now it's a shared space, and she's got stake in the game, and so here's what may be cooking besides last night's dishes. Clean space, happy place, right? Some people, especially the ladies, feel a little bit more relaxed and in the mood when the environment's sharp. Messy kitchen, clothes strewn on the floor might kill her vibe faster than a fart in a hot tub, okay? When you tidy up, it's like rolling out the red carpet. She might not have cared about your pigsty before because it wasn't her problem. Now that it's gone from your place to our place, she may be dropping hints via the bedroom lockdowns, okay? She just wants you to step up. It's less bargaining chip and more, hey, man up and grab the broom. And the sex for chores conspiracy, it's possible she's playing you like a dust bunny under the couch. Maybe. But let's not call it a crime scene yet. Could be just her way of saying a clean crib is what gets me hot, Derek. All right? So here's how you handle it. Playbook to tackle this dilemma with a swagger and a smirk. Talk it out like a boss. Sit her down and maybe over a beer, talk it out. Say, you know what, babe, I noticed we're all about the clean scene before we get freaky. What's up with that? Right? Talking about it's always good. Split the mess patrol. You're a team now. Divvy up the chores. She scrubs the sink. You tackle the floor. Boom. You're now a domestic power couple. Right? Bonus points if you flex the biceps while you're doing it. Right? Vacuuming, flex the biceps. She may jump to mid-top. I don't know. Compromise like a champ. If you're cool with a little chaos, but she's not, meet in the middle. You know, at least keep the bedroom pristine for the action, right? Okay. And maybe you turn it into foreplay. Make cleaning sexy. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with an answer for you. Blast some tunes, dance around with the mop. You know, shirtless dishwashing duel. I don't know. Just thinking off the top of my head here.
I try to get my wife to do shirtless dishwashing. She don't.
Yeah. That happens once you're married more than 3 years.
She has, many months ago.
Yeah. So
dishes that get done.
Here's a ruling. You're not a slob getting played, and she's not a villain twirling her mop. Okay? Like a mustache. This is a classic case of new house rules, new house, new rules. And a little bit of miscommunication. And the evidence suggests she's either more company getting comfortable in a clean space, or she's nudging you to pull your weight. Maybe both. So I don't think there's any foul play here. Just maybe a playbook adjustment needed. So honest heart to heart with the lady. Lay it all out. Listen to her side. Work out a plan that keeps the peace. And the sheets rumpled for the right reason. Little elbow grease never killed anybody, especially as, if the key to it is what you're desiring. So there we go. Go forth and conquer, Derek. That's my verdict. And that's Man Court this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Gentlemen, start your engine. He's pressing him for the top spot.
He is out in the outside groove.
Some debris on the back straightaway. His teammates trying to get by him now as they go to turn one.
That wig is hot. Makes you sweat. Anyway. Alrighty. NASCAR in Florida, Miami Homestead. And pretty good race.
Really good race. I had a video. I don't know where it went. I don't know why it's not on my screen. I'm gonna go find it while we're talking. So Kyle Larson won the race.
Yeah.
In Homestead. He won the truck race. There it is. Okay. He won the truck race and then lost the Xfinity race. Got fourth out of that whole event.
Mm-hmm.
He almost, if he would have won that race and then won Sunday, he would have been up there with Kyle Busch. Because a record almost got beat. If Larson would have done it, he would have tied up with Busch. Not tied up, but Busch is the only person to have two records of a weekend sweep.
Mm-hmm.
So That was pretty impressive.
Well, he left the quarter panel on the wall at Miami.
I heard.
He was running way up top, and he was brushing the wall almost every single lap. In fact, when he took the checkered flag and he came down into victory lane, they showed a camera angle of the passenger rear side of the car, and everything was rubbed off it.
So it's
really weird because it was all scraped off in an area that wasn't unimportant. Like, wasn't around the wheel well, wasn't around, and he just knew. It's amazing that these guys are that talented that he can put that car into the wall, because that's what he was doing. He was hitting it almost every freaking time.
He was cuffing the wall, yeah.
But put it into the wall in a way that all it was doing was rubbing the wrap off the rear end.
Yeah. I mean, he almost, if he would have won the Xfinity race, he would have had been in the record books with Kyle Busch. I mean, Kyle Busch has got 2 weekend sweeps, but Kyle Larson would have had 1. So somebody's got to beat that record at some point.
I feel bad for Kyle Busch.
He's having a drought.
I saw the happy hour with Kevin Harvick, his podcast this week.
Yeah.
And he had Busch on, and I have a hard time with today's NASCAR just because I grew up in the Mark Martin, Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte, Darrell Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, Jeff Bodine era.
Yeah.
And just these kids, the last driver I rooted for was Carl Edwards. Okay. And I really wasn't even into him. I was a Mark Martin fan my whole life, but I watched this week and you had these 2 guys who one of them's done and is in a broadcast career, Kevin Harvick. And all they did for the whole time was talk about their kids racing.
which broke news yesterday at 1851 or 1851.
Yeah.
That he's going to be racing with his son, against his son.
Yeah, so they're racing Legends cars.
Yeah. I think tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at the Millbridge Speedway, which is probably about an hour and a half from here. But yeah, him and Rex are going to race for the first time since I think it was Dale and Dale Sr. Dale Jr. Dale Sr.
Yeah.
So, but it was another.
Look, every driver goes through droughts. I mean, I remember when Dale Sr. went through like a 90 race drought. I mean, it was,
Adam's doing a report on him.
Yeah.
This weekend or this week.
Nice. But I just, Kyle Busch
love you.
Is this driver that used to get all of these boos. He really has grown up. I don't think he gets quite the boos that he used to get.
No, he's PR'd down.
No.
But then we had an almost record break with Ryan Preece's crew. You see what they did?
No.
They did an 8.69 pit stop.
Wow.
And I get the video of the 2 tire changers. I'm going to bring it out now.
3, 2, 1,
Wow. Dude, that is flying.
Good job.
Isn't that was fast. But did not break the record of which happened to be Kyle Busch's crew with 8.45 seconds. Yeah, they did that in at Homestead, ironically, an 8.5, and then Ryan Preece almost did it with an 8.69. So it's Homestead's got something going on there for the pit stops, being the 2 fastest pit stops ever recorded.
I watched the pre-race show. A lot of drivers. I was surprised how many drivers say they really, really love Homestead, Miami. That they really love the track. So,
we're heading to Martinsville. I head there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So, the paperclip.
The paperclip. Fast. Well, it's slow, but everything happens fast there, just like Bristol. And it's next 3 weeks. I got Martinsville this week, Darlington next, and then Bristol the week after, all in race control. It's going to be a long 3 weeks for me because they're all on. I have seconds to make decisions or fix something. So it's going to be a wild 3 weeks for me.
Well, there you have it. our race recap this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Who needs a foot in the ass? The Alpha Men podcast presents
my foot into this thing called your ass.
The Red Foreman Awards.
You dumbass.
And here we go. The Red Foreman Awards, the only damn show where a complete jackass earns a trophy shinier than Red's polished boot before it meets their backside. Tonight we're handing out the Golden Foremans to the champs of meat-headed glory. All in tribute to the gruffest, toughest dad from that 70s show. So here we go. The What I Can't Hear You award this week goes to 18-year-old Jack Turner. Now, down in Fort Myers, cops crashed a spring break beach brawl. That made Ballroom Blitz, the song, sound like a pillow fight. They've got video of this. 18-year-old savage Jack Turner pounding some poor bastard into the sand like he's auditioning for a cage match. And then in a move that would make Mike Tyson proud, Jack yanks the dude's head and bites his damn ear off. The victim's buddy says Jack just started it by jumping the guy from behind. No word on if the ear's getting a Viking funeral or if the guy's still screaming. Jack got nabbed for felony battery, posted a $50,000 bond.
Whew.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, since he's an unemployed warrior who's still mooching. And now he's free to chew on something else. So here's your trophy, you feral little gremlin.
Dumbass.
The Off the Hook Award this week goes to 20-year-old University of Georgia gal Lily Stewart.
Oh, yeah, I heard about her.
Now, this story changed over the weekend. But Georgia's got a new viral vixen, and her name's Lily Stewart. She's 20 years old. She's a sorority princess who's turning heads faster than burning rubber. So on March 8th, cop pulled her over for hitting 79 in a 55. Lets her off with a wink and a warning. Does she slow down? Hell no. Minutes later, she's clocked at 84 in the same damn zone.
Oh.
This time, they cuff and stuff her. Like Roscoe P. Coltrane. And, well, they take a mugshot. And there it is.
Twice.
And it's so hot, it's blowing up online. Dudes are drooling with comments like, she's rushing for the last Lululemon legging sale. Or, Your Honor, she totally didn't see that sign.
Tony. Why I called the Alpha Men podcast.
Why?
Yeah.
Why ask why, Tony?
She doesn't. She doesn't know where she's lost all the time. Hi, Tony.
In any case, yeah. So they take the photo, and the internet. It's one of these hot mug shots, right? The internet melts down. So what happens? Okay, they drop the case because the creeps wouldn't quit. And Lily's still TikToking the chaos. Ain't phased a bit. She's got to do some community service and a driving class. That was as of this weekend.
She hasn't pulled over since.
Yeah.
That we know of.
This is where we would normally leave Leadfoot Lily. But she's not done yet. TMZ says she got arrested early Sunday morning this weekend. Not for speeding this time. They charged her with loitering and obstructing an officer. And is that the second mugshot?
Yeah, it's the second.
Yeah, it's the second mugshot.
Yeah.
Okay. Not as attractive as the first one, but
well, we got the first. The first is here.
Yeah. She looks like she's on American.
It can't be the same. It can't be the same day though.
No, it's not.
Oh, I misheard you.
It's not. Yeah. So it happened Athens, where the University of Georgia is. They booked her at 5:26 a.m. She was released on a $4,000 bond a few hours later, which her Tic Tac fees will pay because now she's a superstar. And her new mugshot, not as flattering, but still pretty good. She's in prison garb this time. So there's a side. So, hey, here's your Golden Foreman, you lead-footed beauty. There you go.
Dumbass.
The ironic dumbass award of the week goes to 44-year-old Daniel Murillo. Now, we're still in Florida. 44-year-old Daniel.
I never heard you.
Screaming, "Don't judge me." But his shirt's making it damn near impossible. After his car crapped out, he's been shacked up in it with a 24-year-old chick, and things got ugly. They got into a domestic, which led to some fisticuffs. Real Prince, this guy. He says they were dating. She says, hell no. I wouldn't touch that loser. Either way, when the cops roll up, Danny's rocking a shirt that says, I never argue. Well, apparently not, because you've just been cuffed for battery. And the next work says it all. Zero regrets. Here's your award.
Dumbass.
Wear it proud, Irony King. The That Escalated Quickly award this week goes to 34-year-old Aaron Jablonski. Still in Florida, believe it or not.
No surprise.
Clearwater, Florida. St. Patty's weekend. The setting is Overtime Sports Bar. 2:30 in the morning. And Aaron is, hey, you want to see my shillelagh? 3 sheets to the wind. And ready to belt out some cranberries on the karaoke machine. Problem is, the karaoke machine's busted. And so rather than go home and sleep it off, Aaron loses his damn mind. Storms out. When some peacemaker tries to calm him down, Aaron whips out a firearm from his pants, screaming, I don't effing care. Starts waving it around and even pops off a round. Thankfully missing everyone. Cops nabbed him with the piece still in his hand. And his rap sheet, oh, it's a beauty. DUI, disorderly conduct, theft, and beating up cops twice. 2 felony charges later.
Idiot.
Here's your Golden Foreman, you drunken diva. Next time, just hum it, okay? That's what we do. It's cranberries. It's not that great of a song.
Tony. Of course you got the domestic. How else would she be alpha?
And our final Red Foreman award this week, the Golden Foreman for extreme dumbassery. And that is awarded to John Elberson, 39. He waltzed into Rain, a ladies and gentlemen's club in Florida. And he kind of acted like he owned the joint. He's racking up lap dances like a kid in a candy store. This drunk dumbass soaked up $160 worth of grind and glory. But when the bill came, he just shrugged. Wallet was emptier than his brain. So cops hauled him off for misdemeanor theft. And after 12 hours in the slammer, he's out awaiting court. Rain, ironically, all about opulence and grandeur, according to the owner. But John brought the trailer park vibe. So here's your Red Foreman, you twerking tightwad.
Dumbass.
Maybe next time bring a buck or two. Just saying. That's the Red Foreman Awards this week on the Alpha Med Podcast. All righty, real or fake news. Baby Huey's going to play the game. We have 5 headlines. 4 of them are false. 1 of them is real. Baby Huey, your mission to navigate through the falsity of fake headlines and find the real news tonight. Okay? And you can comment wherever you may be viewing tonight and give Baby Hugh a hand. Tell him what you think. Is it real or fake news? Ready?
I guess.
Headline number 1. Wisconsin man converts entire garage into museum of unfinished projects.
So he's married.
Wisconsin man converts entire garage into museum of unfinished projects. Headline number 2. Study says people who name their cars have 22% fewer accidents. Okay. Study says people who give their car a name, like Bessie, or Herbie or Herman, have 22% fewer accidents.
What sounds like a spare room? The museum?
Yeah. Headline number 3. Scientists confused as AI chatbots reportedly refuse tasks as being beneath their capabilities. Scientists confused as AI chatbots reportedly refuse tasks as being beneath their capabilities.
What the hell is Cam Wee?
I don't know.
I'm reading the chats and listening. That sounds fake so far. So far, I'm on the first one. Second one sounds like shit. Third one sounds like crap. Keep going.
Headline number 4. Florida man beating prices by eating iguana eggs. Florida man beating prices by eating iguana eggs. All right.
Those things are nasty.
And final headline. Man accidentally marries himself in virtual ceremony, now legally entitled to half his own stuff. Man accidentally marries himself in virtual reality ceremony, now legally entitled to half his own stuff. Oh, come on, that one's not real. I can't even read it without laughing.
I was like, holy crap. How do you accidentally marry yourself? Okay, so
here we go. Wisconsin man garage museum of unfinished projects.
Yeah.
People who name cars have 22% fewer accidents.
Like Tony's Cam Wee, the Camry. Okay.
AI chatbots confuse scientists for refusing some tasks as being beneath their capabilities. Florida man beating prices by eating iguana eggs.
I'm trying to see if that's an iguana egg, but they lay eggs. That sounds like a freaking Florida thing to me. But the museum thing sounds legit, like somebody hold my beer situation. I'm gonna go with it's either the eggs or it's the car. I don't think one. This doesn't make sense. I mean, how do you keep track of that stat? This one, no. I'm gonna go with.
They do say AI is learning.
They are, but I don't see it saying I can't do that because it's beneath me. I don't see them. I see them doing that, but not for what they're designed to do now. I'm going with the eggs because it just sounds like a Florida thing. Because I know they lay eggs. They have eggs.
Are you sure?
Now I got me questioning myself.
Do you want to phone a friend?
Yes.
Should we poll the audience?
Fake names at the iguana. I'm going with the iguana. Let's do it.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct. That is the real news story. Marco Island, Florida, John Johnson, or so he says. It's a pretty vague name, John Johnson. Anyway, has found a unique way to address the invasive green iguana problem by turning their eggs. Oh, that looks disgusting.
It's like Tic Tacs.
They're not even real sized eggs. Turning their eggs into breakfast dishes. Green iguanas, native to Central and South America, have become pests in South Florida over the years, causing damage to seawalls, landscaping, and pool structures. Johnson, who specializes in removing these reptiles in his business called Down Goes Iguana.
I mean, he's not to worry about shells getting in there because they're all like a soft shell, aren't they?
Decided, yes, to utilize and harvest the eggs in his cooking. He prepares iguana eggs just like chicken eggs, mixing the yolk with salt, pepper, and fajita seasoning and Latin-inspired spices. He then adds diced ham, peppers, onions, and has himself a flavorful scramble. Johnson notes the taste is comparable to regular eggs, stating, if you put them in front of you and didn't tell you what they were, you'd have no clue. And as they say, the old saying goes, if life gives you lemons, make iguana omelets. I don't know. Dude, there's no way they taste like regular eggs. Look at them freaking things.
I mean,
there's no way. I'm sorry.
I'd try it. I'd eat it.
Nope. Not doing it.
That's
not going to do it. Oh, gross, dude. It looks like their intestines hanging out. Yeah. Real or fake news? Congratulations. You got the winner tonight.
I like Tic Tacs. I'm telling you. Big Tic Tacs.
You know how many of those you need to make an omelet?
Oh, God. I mean, you got to sit there, crack each one of those little freaking things. You're just going to throw them on there and mash them in because they're soft shelled.
That's real or fake news tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Hell, Alpha eat that. Yeah.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards.
The Alpha Men on Sports, a segment we call Your Team Sucks.
Well, March Madness is underway. Lots of people in West Virginia don't care, though. They're too busy with March Madness.
I was wondering what the crack pipe had to go in March Madness. Makes sense now.
Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings this week decided not to pursue Aaron Rodgers. And that left...
Did you see... Oh, breaking news, actually, for sports.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson going to the Giants.
Yep. So, that left the Steelers and the Giants as the final two teams that may need a mental health intervention for even thinking about Aaron Rodgers. But looks like he's going to go to the Steelers. Yay. The Minnesota Vikings, not going to take him.
Oh,
Boston Celtics this week sold for $6 billion. If that sounds expensive, keep in mind, the team did come with a dozen eggs.
Oh, yeah. I got it now. Took me a second.
You like that Photoshop? That's pretty good right there.
That's real. That's legit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Eggs are down, aren't they? They said
they are down. Yeah.
I think
it is the final week of Major League Baseball preseason games.
Yep.
Otherwise known as March Blandness. At some point, like you've had enough of the preseason games.
I'm excited for baseball.
Yeah.
Red Sox have a pretty good lineup. I'm hoping we might have a shot this year.
And then, of course, the big story from the weekend was George Foreman passing away, age of 76. And that means that Jake Paul now has to scramble to find another opponent for his next fight.
I thought he was fighting his brother or something.
I don't know. He's left behind 12 children
Jesus.
and 200 million George Foreman grills.
I got one.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, few professional athletes have been able to transcend sports as impressively as Foreman. I mean, you have to understand, this guy, 1968 gold medal Olympian in boxing, two-time heavyweight champ, boxing Hall of Famer. Of course, the most legendary fight was the Rumble in the Jungle against Muhammad Ali in 1974. And he's remembered for that fight, a fight he lost.
Yep.
But it's one of the most famous fights in history. And they always say you only remember the winners, but not in that case.
He was mouthy too as a boxer in the early, very.
Yeah.
That's why he got well known, because of his mouth too.
And here's the thing: after that fight, he retired for 10 years. 10 years.
Yeah.
And then he came back into the ring in 1987, became the oldest man to ever hold a heavyweight championship. He put Michael Moorer down for the count in 1994 at the age of 45. And then, of course, along came the George Foreman grill burger cooker, which reportedly at its height earned him $4.5 million monthly. Which is amazing.
George Foreman would be an alpha, but he creates cookware, clearly a woman thing, therefore making him an ultimate beta.
It's a grill. It's a manly thing.
It's a flameless grill, but yeah.
Thank you. Still a grill.
Yeah.
He had 12 children with his wife, Mary Joan Martelli. 7 daughters, 5 sons. Can you name his 5 sons?
George, and George.
Yeah, they were all named George.
I was guessing.
Which had to be really, really tough around the house. Of course,
phones for you, George.
Of course, as a dad now, it's rather brilliant. Because when you need help with something and all the kids are around, you just go, George, and they all come running. It's kind of brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
March Madness over the weekend, of course, 68 teams now have been whittled down to 16. And there were upsets Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My bracket's totally screwed. Of course, Colorado State beat Memphis. 12 seed beating a 5 seed. Number 10, New Mexico beat Marquette. It was ranked 7th. Baylor beat Mississippi State. That was an upset. On Saturday, a big upset. Arkansas, ranked 10th, beat number 2 St. John's. BYU down to Wisconsin. That was an upset. And Michigan beat Texas A&M. Upset. Sunday, Ole Miss knocked off number 3 ranked Iowa State. So, it really, the first round, though, was kind of lame. Because it felt predictable for the most part. The margin of victory, 16.7 points, highest ever for the first round of March Madness. Of the 32 wins, 10 were by 25 points or more. Also the highest of any first round. First time since 2017, number 13, 14, 15, or 16 seeds advanced to the second round of 32. And there were no buzzer beaters, no shots for the win attempted. However, 3 teams had 3-point shots to tie that missed. So, whatever. But that's March Madness as we head to the round of 16. And that's the Alpha Men on Sports tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
The Alpha Men Podcast salutes hidden heroes.
Well, we salute the regular guys, the average Joes who pull off epic feats without capes, tights, or a stunt double. Just real dudes stepping up when the chips are down, sometimes literally. This week, we're tipping our hats to Trevor Chadwick. He is the mayor of Star, Idaho. And he's a guy that proves heroism doesn't need a theme song, just a toe strap and some grits. See, Mayor Chadwick and his wife were out celebrating their wedding anniversary last Friday night. Probably planning a cozy night of steak and whiskey when they stumbled across a young fella in the snowy Idaho mountain, and he was in a real mess. The guy was stuck overnight. He was out of gas, living off a bag of chips because nothing screams survival like a crunched up bag of Doritos. But Mayor Chadwick doesn't blink. He hooks him up with 5 gallons worth of gas and some real food and drinks, and then spends 4 hours digging the guy's rig out of a creek. Oh, and when they go and get stuff, he hauls ass to a nearby town for an extra toe strap. That's not just help. That's hold my beer levels of dedication.
How did the guy get down there?
Traveling too fast for road conditions.
I guess so, because I see your slide marks right there on the left-hand side.
It reminds you of that scene from Christmas Vacation where they drive off the bridge. Like that guy is deep off the road.
Yeah.
So later, Mayor Chadwick hits up social media to drop the tale and a pro tip. He writes, Idaho's mountains are gorgeous but brutal, so don't be the guy eating his own shoe because he forgot to pack a sandwich. Be prepared, be safe, be kind. Classic Idaho vibes. So, not rocking a superhero costume or a Hollywood budget, just a dude, a mayor, sure, but a dude who saw a problem and fixed it with his hands, his truck and or Jeep, and no BS attitude. So for that, this week, Mayor Chadwick, you are our hidden hero on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Last call!
Last call. It's closing time.
Earlier tonight, we dragged a poor soul into man court. A guy who swore his lady was weaponizing household chores to ration out nookie like some sort of medieval barter system. Mop the floor to get a reward, fold the towels, maybe a wink. And bro, we've all been, grunting through domestic duties while dreaming of simpler times. I always wanted to be like, who's the guy who did Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous? Lifestyles of the Richard Leach. Is that his name? Yeah.
I have no clue.
Those people have butlers. Just saying. Would have been great. But,
No, I don't. You lose train of thought.
No. My kryptonite around the house is laundry.
Mine too.
All right. It is the ultimate test of manhood. Tangling with socks that vanish into the Bermuda Triangle. Because you can put all your matching socks in the dryer and somehow half of them don't come out. I don't know where they go. They just disappear. And you're battling with the liquid detergent like it's a bar brawl gone wrong. You ever tried pouring that stuff without turning your counter into a slime pit?
I haven't had Parkinson's yet, but I should be okay for a little bit longer.
Yeah, thanks. Well, if laundry is your, is your kryptonite, there's a huge hack that came across TikTok this week.
Uh-huh.
All right. And this guy's either dumber than a bag of hammers or pure genius. And the jury's still out. So do we have a video? I think we have a video. Maybe not.
I don't think we do, because I was just going through the list.
So in the video, the chick asks her boyfriend, hey, where's the detergent cap? And this absolute caveman legend says, oh, I just fill it up and then heat it into the wash with the clothes.
That's what I do.
See, really?
Yeah.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, just put it there and throw it in there. It cleans itself.
Well, you're out there treating the laundry like it's a free-for-all at a monster truck rally. I'm going, what the hell's going on here? So she's skeptical. She'd never heard it before either. And the dude doubles down, grabbing the bottle like it's sacred scroll. And here, it's right on the freaking bottle. Rinse after use, toss in, wash. Boom.
No shit. I thought my wife was a genius.
This dude's a laundry prophet. All right. I checked my grimy, sludge-covered cap at home. Same deal. Never noticed it before. So that story hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, I started thinking, ladies, your men are sitting on untapped wells of macho wisdom. All you got to do is ask. You know, there's all kinds of red-blooded advice that we could be providing. You know, that you if you just stop rolling your eyes, we can pass it along. Like, empty beer cans aren't trash. They're art. Right? Stack them up after the game, call it a sculpture.
I love it.
Look at that. Who wouldn't want that?
I would want that.
Right?
I couldn't sit there for long, but
burping the alphabet is a timeless classic.
Yeah.
No, it's not just funny, it's a skill.
You Photoshop that?
Yes. Extra points if you can growl like Harley Davidson. Just saying. If you're ever out in public and you forget someone's name, just yell bro and crush them with a bear hug. They'll either remember or fake it to avoid round 2. These are the things we think about as men.
Read that comment. This is
Tide Pods are
superior
for launching at your wife when she doesn't get the laundry in it.
This comes from someone who eats Tide Pods.
Yeah, right. Number 4, restaurants aren't about fancy wine. They're about TVs, damn it.
Yeah.
There's no screen blasting the game. Take your hunger to the garage with a cold one. I got to tell you, that right there is Buffalo Wild Wing.
Yeah.
Their TV game is on point. On point.
Hooligans in Daytona is the same way.
Yeah. And finally, flatulence is an art form. And if you wave your hand to steer the stench, master this. You're basically Gandalf with a butt cloud. Just saying.
Jesus.
There's the 5 things that, red-blooded wisdom. Just saying. It just got me thinking after. I'm like, you can throw the entire detergent cap in the wash with your laundry? Get out of here.
I do.
You know, it's like that guy on TikTok, the no way guy. No way.
Oh, yeah. Or the other guy says, you tell me for 40 years.
You tell me for 40 years? So, in any case.
The guy's like 42 now because he was saying the same line, though.
Right. Yeah. Well, that is going to do it for the Alpha Men Podcast, Season 4, Episode 5.
Yep.
Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday night at 8. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care.
Night all.
And that's a wrap. We hope you've had as much fun as we've had here at the Alpha Men Podcast. Remember, our advice might not solve your problems, but it surely will make them funnier. Before we bid you adieu, a big old thanks to our loyal pack of Alpha viewers. You all are the real MVPs, keeping us company on a roller coaster of a podcast ride. And thanks
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook
and Garage Door Commander. Join us live Tuesday nights at 8. Visit alphamenpodcast.com and the Alpha Man store. Until next time, keep your feet in the gas. It's a checkers or wreckers world.
Put up or shut up.